One of these men is known as the earthquake priest. What is your name, please?
My name is Father Joseph Lynch.
My name is Father Joseph Lynch.
My name is Father Joseph Lynch.
Only one of these people is the real Father Joseph Lynch. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Kitty Carlisle, Don Amici, and Betty White on To Tell the Truth with your host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. Brought to you this week by Helene Curtis, makers of fine beauty products. Creators of Enden Dandruff Treatment Shampoo and the new Tender Touch Dry Skin Bath Oil. Now, may I say at this point, hail to our conquering hero, Tom Poston. Tom, it's nice to have you back on the track. We've missed you, Thomas, and nice to have you back.
Well, I'm so glad to be here. You can imagine. I hated to miss the Christmas things and the New Year with you all, but a very, very happy New Year anyway, and I'm so delighted to see my dear friends on the panel. People in Washington had Polly and me married. Thank you very much. Other people in Philadelphia had a terrible relationship with Kitty and me. Wonderful for me, terrible for Moss Hart.
Well, that's starting the new year right, and let's make the next step now.
Don and I escaped completely. I don't know how.
You and Don did? Well, let Don figure that one out later.
I won't try to.
In the meantime, will you open your affidavit envelopes for the first time tonight and follow along with me as I read this first affidavit. I, Father Joseph Lynch, am a seismologist, a scientist who specializes in the study of earthquakes. For many years, I've been a professor and head of the seismology laboratory at Fordham University in New York City. The delicate instruments in our underground lab recorded some 250 earthquakes during 1960, including the disastrous quakes in Chile last May. I am often referred to as the earthquake priest. Signed, Father Joseph Lynch. Finally, you heard these three first gentlemen this evening, all claiming to be Joseph Lynch, Father Joseph Lynch, earthquake priest. And we start this first round of questioning tonight with Don Amici. Don?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, where did you take your pre-priestly studies?
At the Brebeuf Seminary in Montreal.
Number two, what is the degree by which you are known, having had a degree in seismology? What is the degree called?
S.J.
Number three, would you agree with that?
There is no special degree in seismology that I know of.
Mm-hmm. Number one, how often are rose vestments worn on Sundays during the year?
3 times.
How many?
3 times.
Number three, would you agree with that?
I'd have to change that to 2.
Number two, how many years of study from the time you finish high school until your ordination?
9.
Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Father, number one, what number on a seismograph would be considered an earthquake of great magnitude, such as the Chilean earthquake?
8.
Father, number two, what would you say?
7 or 8.
And number three, Father?
In answer to the question as you put it, I agree with number 1.
Well, you're no fun at all. Father, number two, what are the colors of Fordham University?
Maroon.
Just maroon?
Maroon.
Maroon on maroon. And Father, number one, what street is Fordham University on?
On a 90th, could be, or Fordham University, Fordham Road.
Tom?
Thank you, Bud, and it's a pleasure to be back in this spot again, I think. Number 3, what is an increment?
An increment is an increase.
Number 2, would you say an increment is an increase?
I agree.
Well, number 3, maybe you can tell me this. What is another name for a quake? Number 3, Father.
Well, an earthquake, of course.
And could you think of another name? I know one more word that means a disturbance of that
I've
nature. Can
often
you tell me what
heard
that-
the word temblor, which is incorrect, and tremblor, which is incorrect, and tremor, which is likewise incorrect. We still stick to earthquake. Erdbeben if you want the German. Kitty?
Number 2, who is the head of Fordham University?
Father McGinley.
Number 3, who is the head of Fordham?
Father McGinley.
Number 1, can you tell me who built the big hotel in Tokyo after they had a major earthquake?
That's a Japanese word.
No, I'm afraid I do not.
Can you, number 2?
I cannot tell you.
Number 3, do you know who built the...
He's the architect who died about a year ago or 2 years ago. Frank Lloyd Wright.
I guess that's it, panel. For the first time tonight, it's time for you to mark your ballots. So will you please do so now without consultation to select number 1, number 2, or number 3. And as usual, our team of challengers will receive $250 for every incorrect vote. Are we all set? Ballots all marked. Tom, what's your first vote tonight?
I voted for number 3. I thought he seemed to have the most information about this very interesting subject.
Kitty.
I voted for number 3. He said too much to be the real one, because the real one generally doesn't give that much information, but everything he said was absolutely correct. It was Frank Lloyd Wright, and number 2 said Father McKinley, I thought, and it didn't pronounce it quite right, and I thought number 3 said Father McGinley, which is correct.
Don.
I also voted for number 3, Bud.
And Betty?
Well, I voted for number dry if you want the German, but I hate to go along with everybody, but that trembler just sold me completely.
Okay, there we have it. The die is cast. We'll find out right now which one of these 3 gentlemen is really known as the earthquake priest. So will the real Father Joseph Lynch please stand up?
Yes.
No.
Thank you, sir, very much. Yes, Tom, you have a question?
Well, I just wanted to ask the good father what is wrong with the word temblor. It's the only one I had heard. I didn't know that it was incorrect.
I don't know.
I don't think there is such a word.
As temblor? You used it. Where did you hear it?
Well, I said sometimes it is called a temblor, but I said it's incorrect.
It always crops up in the crossword puzzle.
Yes. So do a good many other words that you will not find in the dictionary or should not find in the dictionary.
Very good.
You'll get some mail on this, Father.
That's the first B from you.
Well, let's hear about the other 2 gentlemen on your right now. Number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
My name is Clement Dozwa. I'm an industrial engineer here in New York.
Thank you. And number 2, your real name and your occupation.
My name is Harvey W. Coates, sales engineer for Westinghouse Electric International Company.
Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed visiting us as much as we enjoyed having you here. And checking up on the score, we find that the panel started off exceptionally well after 2 weeks of not doing too well. Unanimously, they selected number 3, and it was right, so there were no incorrect votes, which means in consolation from Helene Curtis, $150, gentlemen. Thank you for being with us. Good night, and God bless you. Now, here is cheering news about a brand new product for dull, dry hair.
Look what's new from Helene Curtis, the people who know best how to care for your hair. It's new. It's for dry hair. New Special Enden Shampoo, specially formulated for dry hair. Special Enden is enriched so that it helps bring back liveliness to hair that has been stripped of natural oils. And because it is an Enden shampoo, it's guaranteed to end your dandruff problems when used regularly. Special Enden, like all Enden, is medically proved 99% effective as a dandruff treatment, wonderfully refreshing as a shampoo, leaves dull hair gleaming with a healthy shine. Just imagine your hair being this soft and silky, this easy to manage after a shampoo. That's because Special Emden is specially formulated for dry hair. Get new Special Emden shampoo for dry hair from the makers of these other famous Emden shampoos.
Panel, let's meet our second team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Madeline Miyamoto.
My name is Madeline Miyamoto.
My name is Madeline Miyamoto.
Again, follow along with your affidavit cards, if you will, panel, as I read from mine. I, Madeline Miyamoto, am a student at Fairleigh Dickinson University. My hobby is fencing. This past season, I remained undefeated, winning all 51 of my intercollegiate matches. I am the United States Women's Intercollegiate Fencing Champion. Signed, Madeline Miyamoto. Very well, panel, you heard these three young ladies, each one claiming to be Madeline Miyamoto, Intercollegiate Women's Fencing Champion. And let's begin this round with Betty White. Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Madeline, number 2, what is an FA larger or smaller than a rapier?
Rapier? Well, there are only 3 weapons in fencing, and rapier is not one of them, unless you mean the foil, the saber. And the FA is bigger than foil and smaller than saber.
Thank you very much.
But its saber is light as well.
Oh, I like her. Number 3, how do you spell your last name?
M-I-Y-A-M-O-T-O.
Number 1, how do you spell your first name?
M-A-D-E-L-I-N-E.
Number 3, what is a colleat?
Pardon?
A colleat?
I don't know.
Number 1, what is a colleat?
I don't know.
Number 2, what is a colleat?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know very much about fencing. I just made it up. But
That's what I thought.
It's a constellation like the Pleiades.
I knew you made that up.
Tom.
No, it's
the only time
it's
I'm
a
not
French
been
word
fooled.
for a picket fence, that kind of fencing. Tell me, number 3, what is the number for the on-guard position in saber?
Well, I think it's 5. Can't.
Well, no, thank you, number 3. Number 2, maybe you could tell me, what is the French expression which may customarily accompany a lunge or a particular thrust?
Oula?
Well, yeah, thank you. Number 1, could you tell me who is Rod Colvin?
Rod Coleman?
Colvin. Do you happen to know?
No, I don't.
He's a famous fencer in this country. I don't know, maybe you don't know.
Kitty?
Number 3, what is the mosquito netting thing you're wearing called?
Mask.
A mask. How do you spell it?
M-A-S-Q-U-E.
Number 1, when you do fight with fencing, do you have a guard on your foil?
A guard?
Yes.
Well, the foil comes equipped with a guard.
And what is the guard called?
It's either a guard or a coquille in French.
Number 2, are you ever injured in
Well,
fencing?
I've got bruises, yes, but I've never
How?
been hurt. Well, more from falling than anything else.
Number 2, do you fall a lot too?
No. I do get bruises
From what?
from the weapon.
From other weapons?
Number 1, thank you. But number 1, how are the touches scored?
The touches are scored against the opponent.
No, but by what means, I mean? How do you know when you have a touch?
Oh, if you hit with the point, it'll either be with judges or by electrical apparatus.
Number 2, what kind of an electrical apparatus is this?
Well, it's a box about this size.
I beg your pardon?
It's a box with about this size with 4 little bulbs. And if hit on target, it lights up red. If it's off target, it's white.
Number 3, what is off target and on target?
Off target is if you're fencing in women's foil. The target would be this area. The arms and the head don't count, or below the waist don't count.
Number 1, what?
I'm afraid that's it. You've had your passes, your lunges, and everything else that you're going to have right now, so strike with your epées, your foils, and your sabers, and mark your ballots without consultation.
Strike with my wrist.
Voting for number 1, number 2, or number 3. All votes recorded. All right. Tom, for whom did you vote this time?
I voted for number 1. I didn't disagree with anything she said, except maybe when she said that guard was called only a guard. I think a button is another word for that. But I wish I could have questioned her more. I thought number 2 knew too much. Isn't that funny? She was right, but she was too quick.
Kitty.
I voted for number 1. I expected her to say button 2, but I accepted coquille because I'd never heard of it, and it sounded very good to me.
Don, what about your vote?
I voted for number 2, Bud, and I would like to know enough about fencing to be able to tell you why I voted for that.
And Betty.
I voted for number 2 and 3 because I think they're all beautifully informed. I must say
Yes,
that.
they are. True.
Number 3, I finally voted for, even though she stumbled over her name a little bit up there, which threw me. Still, this sold me when she said the fifth position.
That's wrong. I'm sorry.
So once again,
we
once again, we have the votes all in, and we'll assemble our arms now and find out just which one of these 3 charming young ladies is the real intercollegiate women's fencing champion. So may I ask the real Madeline Miyamoto to please stand up.
Number 1. I just know it. Oh.
Well, there you are, a real winner. Number 2, may I ask your real name and what you really do, please?
I'm Pauline Ho. I live in New York City, and I've never fenced before.
You never fenced before, or you never fenced in your life?
I've never fenced before or in my life. My life isn't that
Consider
long.
this bout with the panel a fencing match.
Where did you learn so much then? Not that I don't know. That's Sneak Willie Stein.
Well, CBS is, or rather, Goodson Tallman is a very good briefing team.
That's right.
Number 3, your real name and what you really do, please.
My name is Gloria Gabriel, and I'm a dancer. Although I've never met Don Amici before, in his new play, 13 Daughters, I play the part of one of his daughters.
That's right. That's quite correct. Our Don is in rehearsal for a new musical called 13 Daughters, I believe, isn't it, Don?
Yes, that's right.
How does it happen? You are in rehearsal?
Yes.
$13 and 1 snob. That's how it happens.
Well, let me ask the...
Snob or snub?
Either one. How does it happen you haven't met this young lady before?
Well, I don't know.
We're rehearsing at Variety Arts.
Oh, you're rehearsing in a different place than he. Now who's the snob? Yes, Tom.
I am.
You're the snob.
Well, could we excuse Don for the rest of the evening? He just became a father, and you know how
And a grown daughter, too. All right, well, let's check up on the score now. We find that there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each, for a total of $500 from Helene Curtis and a gift package of all of Helene Curtis Fine Beauty products. Thank you for being with us and having fun. Hope you did. We did. Good night and good luck to you. Incidentally, Madeline Miyamoto has asked that we send her share of the winnings to the Fencing Youth Program of the Amateur Fencers League of America, and this shall be done for Madeline Miyamoto. Now, here is a happy way to look younger and feel smoother all over.
Tender touch, look younger, feel smoother all over with Tender Touch.
New Dry Skin Bath Oil by Helene Curtis. Add just a touch of Tender Touch to your bath to end dry skin problems. Tender Touch smooths away rough, flaky skin, moisturizes dry skin. Tender Touch seeps deep into thirsty pores, acts like natural skin oils, gives your skin a fresh, dewy look. You look younger, feel smoother all over. Tender Touch bathes birthdays away, protects you with a faint silky dew, keeps your precious skin oils from evaporating.
Look younger, feel smoother all over with Tender Touch.
New Dry Skin Bath Oil by Helene Curtis.
Now, panel, may I present our 3rd team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is William Jaromsky.
My name is William Jaromsky.
My name is William Jaromsky.
Follow this affidavit with your copies, if you will, panel. I, William Jaromsky, work for the United States government and live on an island in the middle of New York Harbor. My oldest child goes to the mainland to school every day, and my wife must take a boat to go shopping. The island has a population of only 14 people, but is visited by some 800,000 sightseers each year. I am a guard at the Statue of Liberty. Signed, William Jaromsky. We just heard these three challengers. Each one claimed to be William Jaromsky, guard at the Statue of Liberty panel. And let's begin this round with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, who wrote the inscription that's on the base of the Statue of Liberty? Give me your poor, etc.
Emma Lazarus.
Number two, who designed the Statue of Liberty?
Bartoli.
Could you give me his first name?
August.
Number three, could you give me the first name of Mr. Bartholdi?
Frederick.
Number one, when your wife has to go shopping, where does she go?
Broad Street Market.
Oh, she goes to Manhattan. Ah, that's the nearest place?
Well, that's where she goes.
Number two, what is the name of the island that the Statue of Liberty is on?
Liberty Island.
Number three, did it arrive all in one piece?
No, ma'am. 300 pieces.
Don Amici.
Number two, who gave the statue to America?
The people of France.
Number three, when was it completed, the putting together of the statue completed?
1886.
Number one, how many, are you civil service?
Yes.
Number one, how long does your tenure hold down there without taking another exam?
Depends on whether or not, whether or not there's any openings where you're located, or if you want to get transferred.
Thank you very much. Number two, how long before retirement?
20
in
years.
civil service?
20 years.
Betty?
Thank you, Bud. Number three, in one hand, of course, the Statue of Liberty holds a torch. What does she hold in her other hand?
A tablet with the inscription July 4th, 1776 in Roman numerals.
Thank you very much. Number one, in which hand does she hold the tablet?
The left hand.
Number two, do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Number three, are the windows in the head of the Statue of Liberty in the crown or just below the crown?
They're in the crown, in the little knobs on top of the crown, in fact, are the ports.
Number one, how large would you say that torch is in actual feet?
The torch itself?
Number three, how large would you say it was?
It's about 31 foot high by about 16 foot in circumference.
That's what I wanted, a rough estimate.
Tom Poston.
I heard a story when I was in Charlotte. I wish I could remember the name of the man, a reverend, who told it. He said a fellow coming back from overseas passed the Statue of Liberty, and he was so glad to get home that he said, "Lady, if you ever see my face again, you're going to have to turn around."
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'd like to know, for reasons of selfish reasons, we use it in the play. Number one, what is the inscription on the base of the statue? And not too fast.
Which inscription?
Saved by the bell.
Was that supposed to be Tom?
No, I can write that. Which?
Saved by the bell. All right, panel, once again, it's time for you to give me your poor, your tired, etc. And mark your ballots, if you will, please. Voting without consultation for number one, number two, or number three. Everyone set? Okay. Tom, what is your vote this trip?
I voted for Ron, but I was so mad at him that I put it in there very small so you can't read it.
Why were you mad at him?
Which inscription? I had to vote for him because of that alone. It proves he knows there's more than one.
Kitty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it must have.
What'd you vote, Kitty?
I voted for number three. He gave me much too much information to be the real one, but he knew it was Frederick Bartholdi and not August, as number two said. And I didn't ask number one what Mr. Bartholdi's first name was, so I voted for number three.
Don.
Well, I voted for number three, Bud, and it doesn't make much difference to me, really, whether it's the real one or not. It's just such a tribute to Willie Stein that a man could be drilled this well that I'm delighted to move in case I do.
And Betty, what about your vote?
Well, I've been wrong on 3 all evening. I see no reason to change now, but that 31 by 16, that sold me.
Kind of got you. All right, there it is once again. You've heard the way we vote. If you're voting at home, check up now with us as we discover which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real guard at the Statue of Liberty. So will the real William Jaromsky please stand up?
Be just our luck while
Thank you, sir, very much.
And it'll be just our luck. While the guard is here on the show, somebody walks off with the statue.
I doubt if that'll happen. Yes. Beg pardon?
We'd like to hear the poem?
No, we haven't got time. I wish we did have, but we don't. You can tell him backstage afterward. Number 2, would you tell us your real name?
Now
and
he
what you
wants
really
to
do?
tell us. Sure.
My name is Ned Fay, and I manage Allen's Bar and Restaurant at 73rd and 3rd.
There are different kinds of guards, panel. Number 3, your real occupation and name.
My name is Andrew Peretti, and I'm general manager of the Bon Vivant Soup Company in Newark, New Jersey.
Well, gentlemen, in checking up this time, you really kind of fooled the panel. There were 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $750 from Helene Curtis, and, of course, a gift box of fine beauty products from Helene Curtis for your ladies. Thank you for being with us. Good night and happy guarding. We'll be back in just a minute after this message from Anison.
When you suffer from the aches, pains, fever of virus colds, you should know. Many doctors recommend the ingredients in Anison. Why? Because Anison brings fast relief of virus cold miseries. Doctors know that virus colds often strike first with fever. You ache to the bone with that grippy feeling. Your entire system feels run down, depressed. Anison has special ingredients not found in aspirin to reduce fever fast, relieve that ache to the bone, grippy feeling fast, help overcome depression the way aspirin cannot do. Anison is like a doctor's prescription. That is, a combination of ingredients, a special combination that brings fast relief without upsetting your stomach. So, for virus colds, take Anison to reduce fever fast, relieve that achy, grippy feeling fast, fight depression the way aspirin cannot do. Get Anison for fast, incredibly fast relief from miseries of virus colds.
Great, that's all we have time for tonight, except, Tom, when does your play open?
January 16th, Bud, week from tonight.
Well, we all wish you the best of good luck, boy.
Thank you.
We sure do, Tom.
Hope it's a big one.
Thank you. I know you do, and I appreciate it. And believe me, it's been wonderful to have this opportunity to work in a Broadway musical comedy. And thank you, and very good night.
Betty, may I say what a personal and for all of us joy it's been having you with us, and
Thank you, Bud. It's
come
been
back again soon, will you?
such fun. I didn't get one right. That's a great way to leave. But thank you, Minnie.
You got to come back to get one right. Polly will be back with us next week, and I guess that's all we have time for, so good night, panel.
Good night,
Bud. Bud.
Bud Collier saying good night from Helene Curtis and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production in association with the CBS Television Network.
This is Carol Williams. Harry Morgan and I hope you'll stay tuned to most of these stations.
For Gladys and Pete.
Oh, isn't he the diplomat?
Tell the Truth has been brought to you by Helene Curtis, makers of End and Dandruff Treatment Shampoo and Tender Touch Dry Skin Bath Oil. Johnny Olson saying good night from To Tell the Truth. This program was pre-recorded.